Hey, it's Michelle coming to you with some kitchen inspiration. It's Meatless Monday and I'm making a vegetarian meal. So I'm using my half sheet pan, which is the largest of our sheet pans. I know it's a weird name, half sheet pan, but what it means is half of a sheet cake size. Okay, so it's actually the largest of our sheet pans. And these sheet pans are so sturdy, I wish you could feel them. They're made of a combination of stainless and aluminum. So they have really good heat conduction because stainless doesn't actually get hot, and stainless, so they're really sturdy and heavy and they don't flex. So this is a very easy recipe, but it's super delicious. And I like to do this every couple weeks when we do meatless meals. We do them more frequently than that, but when we're doing meatless meals, this is one of the ones that's always in the rotation because it's really good. Okay, so let's get this camera set up. It's being difficult. All right, first thing I'm gonna start with is a really good block of feta. I like sheep feta. This one is sheep and goat. This is actually my favorite brand, and they have it in the Giant stores near me. Martin's is what it's called over here, but it's the same thing. It's a good price, and it has an excellent taste. It's way better. If you've only ever eaten, basic feta, go out and search for some really good feta. So just stick it in the middle of the tray, and then I have cauliflower. I'm using my 5-inch Santoku from my Forged Cutlery collection. And I'm just gonna cut the stem off this cauliflower. This is cauliflower right from the farm, so that's why it's got the leaves and everything on it, which is nice. I did let it sit around for a week or so, so I'm gonna have to skim a little bit of brown off of it, and that's fine. You can just take it right off there. Whoops, I forgot to cut this piece. I always try to cut them kind of bite size, so you don't really have to use a knife while you're eating this. So I'm going to spread my cauliflower out here. There's no exact science to this recipe, but it's really good, and everybody I've ever made it for loves it. I always do use 5 main ingredients, but you can play with it. So I always use good feta. I try to always do broccoli and cauliflower, and I usually do small tomatoes like grapes or cherries, but I didn't have those today, so I'm going to use a big one. It doesn't really matter. You definitely need those tomatoes. They give a distinct flavor to the whole recipe. All right, and I got a small head of broccoli. There's only 2 of us eating, so I'm making a small amount. I do make this recipe when all 8 of us are eating, and I just do 2 trays. And it goes really far. We even took it on vacation with us and made it while we were at the beach, and everybody loved it. Even the baby loved it, okay, because it's got a really good flavor. I'm going to show you what gives it the flavor in a minute. I don't know, I can't remember what the original recipe that I looked at asked for in relation to spices, but I'm going to show you what I use because I've tried it a few different ways, and this is what I like. All right, so I got this really big tomato. Stem. I like the little ones for this recipe because they kind of heat up inside themselves, without it being open, but I don't have any today. So tomorrow is CSA day and I will have them tomorrow, but I don't have them today. Whoops. Okay, so 5 main ingredients, 6, I guess. Feta, a can of chickpeas, because those are your vegetarian protein sources, the chickpeas and the feta. Tomatoes, cauliflower, broccoli, okay? Those are the main ingredients. Then the next thing we do is we take the spices. Let me rinse my fingers. Oh, I forgot to put let's open up the can of beans. This is my smooth edge can opener. If it grabs the can, then it's gonna work. Okay, you are gonna drain these. You don't want to put all that liquid. It's still holding the can. If you turn it the other direction, it lets go, and then use the little bird beak, lift the lid off. I'm going to pop the lid sort of on there and drain them. I don't rinse them, I just drain them. And we're going to just spread these around. I don't know if I'm going to use the whole can because usually I use 1 can for 2 trays. All right. Then here comes the magic. our Pampered Chef seasonings, black truffle and herb and black garlic, okay? This is where the magic happens. So I'm gonna sprinkle it kind of liberally, the black truffle around here. I like this black truffle, it's a lot, it's really good. You could use, if you don't like truffle, use whatever spices you do like. Black garlic, never heard of black garlic before. Great, great flavor. I did not know what it was, but I use it constantly now. Okay, then the next important ingredient is olive oil. Pour some right on top of your cheese. P.S. I put my oven on and I set it to 400 degrees, okay? So I'm gonna drizzle some oil around here. I'm out of olive oil because I have to go to the store. So I'm using avocado oil. And now I'm just gonna pop this in the oven and it's gonna bake for about 20 minutes until my cauliflower and broccoli are cooked through, you know, hot but still crispy and starting to get a little bit brown, which is kind of hard to, you have to open the oven and really look at it because the spices are brown. In that time, your chickpeas will roast and your cheese will get nice and hot. It doesn't really melt because feta cheese doesn't really melt, but it gets hot intact. And then when you cut it open, it's smooth. The other thing that I serve with this, which I have to go do next, is I pop a loaf of bread in my oven and we eat it with some crusty, hot bread. It's really good and really easy. So I hope that you enjoyed that recipe. And if you have any questions, let me know. This is a public video, so go ahead and hit share, and then your friends, and then it'll go to your timeline, and your friends will be able to watch it also and get a new recipe for Meatless Monday that they will not miss the meat at all, and I love meat. So thanks for joining me. Have a great evening.